I'm James Spann. This is the morning edition of the Weather Xtreme video for Friday, the 3rd of September. Getting set to cruise into a Labor Day weekend. And let's talk about the weather. I'll tell you now, it's going to be great around here. The Skycam shots around the network this morning. First off, coming from Inverness, overlooking Highway 280 at the somewhat ridiculous hour of 5:06 a.m. That's the Tuscaloosa Skycam looking over toward the new South End Zone expansion at Bryant-Denny Stadium. Yeah, it's football time. Weather's going to be great for both that game tomorrow night in Tuscaloosa, the Alabama-San Jose State game, and down at Auburn for the Auburn-Arkansas State game. Clear with temperatures falling in the 60s by the fourth quarter, both of those games. And down in Chilton County, there's the Skycam in downtown Clanton. Pretty interesting shot there. You can tell it must be hurricane season, and you can tell it must be September. Got a very strong mid-latitude trough coming through the northern states, pushing a cold front down this way, and a hurricane just scooting by the Outer Banks of North Carolina. And that big trough is turning that hurricane to the northeast, and will keep it from making landfall in the United States. And behind that front, yes, it feels good. 50s, 40s, some 30s, and that's the air we will enjoy over the weekend. And as that cold front comes in here this evening, it might kick off a shower or two, but not rain, not very much, and really it's going to be dry here for a while. All right, tropical weather. Earl, the hurricane near the Outer Banks. Fiona, the tropical storm coming up behind it, and formally Gaston, we have a wave in the Atlantic and another wave behind that just off the coast of Africa. Gaston fizzled out yesterday. Let's look at Earl. The center is about 150 miles east of the Outer Banks. And they make no mistake, the weather's horrible on the Outer Banks. It's windy, it's wet, there's some coastal flooding issues, but really with the center that far offshore, that's going to prevent any major structural damage. And they're going to get away with some down trees and power lines and a bit of flooding, and that's it. There's the radar. The rain is ending now over the southern half of the coast of North Carolina, and conditions will improve dramatically by mid-morning on up to the north as the storm begins to accelerate to the northeast. The top winds are at 105 miles an hour. It's a Category 2. There's the track. Not much change. It'll be just skirting Cape Cod late tonight, just after midnight, and then make landfall more than likely as a tropical storm over Nova Scotia tomorrow morning. And, of course, there'll be rough surf, obviously, all up and down the coast, but this is not the kind of storm that's going to create just major damage and catastrophe and everything else like some of these TV people are trying to portray. An inconvenience, absolutely. Some flooding, yes, but again, they'll make it okay. All right, Fiona. So many names out there, you get them confused sometimes. Fiona's coming up east of the Bahamas, coming up behind Earl, and there's the track on that. That thing's going to go right over Bermuda after midnight tonight as a tropical storm. The top winds are 50 miles per hour, and then move out into the open Atlantic and ultimately weaken. And all along, it should stay below hurricane strength. All right, Gaston is the system out there in the central Atlantic, but coming up behind Fiona around 40 to 45 west, and it just fizzled out yesterday. But was so funny, this thing looked good. The models ramped it up to a hurricane. Now it's a remnant low, and it seems like there might be some dry air out there surrounding it. But again, we'll watch that. I would not be shocked if that regenerates still. I'll show you the GFS in a moment. And out there in the far eastern Atlantic, a big wave that could be Hermine at some point. And yet another wave on the African continent. You can just see them lined up like trains on the track. All right, let's look at the GFS. This is the OZ run valid at 1 o'clock today at 500 millibars, about 18,000 feet up. Big trough just north of us. Earl moving northeast, cold front knocking on the door. And again, there's no doubt that could kick off a shower or two, maybe even a thunderstorm this afternoon or this evening, but the rain should be fairly widely spaced. We do not expect the rain to be especially widespread, and no doubt some places will stay dry. We'll just mention that chance. Don't think it'll be a problem for high school football. Tomorrow, nice day. Highs probably 82 to 85. And the dew points more than likely drop into the 40s. Come on now. It's going to really feel like fall. Sunday will be in the 50s Sunday morning. Yeah, some of the cooler spots might hit 48 or 49. And the same thing Monday morning. We'll start to warm up a little bit Monday afternoon. The high probably close to 90. There's a look at Tuesday. The old 594 bubble starting to show back up. So we might hit the low 90s. Wednesday, a little moisture tries to creep in here, but again, with ridging aloft, anything that would pop up would be pretty widely spaced. And there's Thursday of next week. Looks fairly dry. And a week from today, rather benign weather. Deep low way up north. And look down there in the lower right. More than likely, that's old Gaston trying to make a comeback. And I think the model has been onto that, and that's probably right. Let's just kind of follow that out and see where it goes. This is Saturday, 9/11. Gaston has kind of come across Hispaniola. Sunday, the 12th, is starting to reorganize just east of the Bahamas. September 13th, yeah, it's going to make the recurve. 14th, things get stronger, well to the east of the Carolinas. And on the 15th, look at that. Looks just like Earl, kind of side-swiping Cape Cod. And remember, this is voodoo. We know that. It's just a possibility, but the GFS have been very consistent in this idea with Gaston recurving and not being a Gulf storm. So that's good for the Gulf. And we'll check the 18th. That's a pretty good-looking trough that's rotating through the northeast, but still we've got ridging down here. A cold front is coming through, but the core of the cooler air would stay north of us. And again, no evidence in modeling, at least on this run, of any problems in the Gulf. Can we make it through September with no Gulf hurricanes? I don't know. We'll see. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video this morning. We'll have notes on the blog. The next video here by 3:30 or so this afternoon. And if you're local to us, we invite you to watch us on television this evening, ABC 3340 in Birmingham at 5, 6, and 10. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day, and God bless.